All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rechakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops, the great millstone. Salutations to all Akim out there pushing this truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. I'm the brother Shamar Moth from Great Millstone, Miami, also from the camp of Great Millstone, Southwest Florida, out in the Fort Myers area. Coming to you, Akim wa Akwath, with another quick lesson. And Lord's will this lesson be quick, edifying, and straight to the point. All right, and serves as a comfort and an exhortation. All right, to the believers, man, to the body. Okay, this is going to be a quick walk and talk. I don't intend on making this lesson long at all. But I kind of wanted to go into something that, I was meditating on today during the Sabbath. Well, shoot, the Shabbat about to go out now, but yeah, that I was meditating on throughout the day, man. And yeah, what it was is the Lord is going to the Lord is going to save us from the situation that we're currently in, brothers and you sisters, man. So, be patient, endure. All right. I know at times it's easier said than done. But hey, remember, you're not the only one going through it. And what am I talking about right now? I'm talking about this just this overall condition that we find ourselves in today, being at the bottom. All right, being captive exiles. All right, being subject to payments, having bags with holes in them. All right, nobody checking for us. All right, this current state that our people are in right now, man, and we find ourselves to be in. All right, the Lord is going to rectify it, man, real soon. Okay, real soon there's going to be a event or series of events that's going to end up taking place on the face of the earth that's going to alter, all right, and change the state of the world, man, that we know. All right, famine is going to be a thing. The pestilence, plagues are going to be a thing. Okay, seditions among people are going to be a real thing. So when all that happens, we're going to experience something very mighty and very great. Okay, right now, a lot of us, may be struggling, to stay afloat, but nonetheless, we're being kept. The Lord provides us our daily bread. All right, there's still food in our fridge. The lights are still on. All right, roof over our heads. We still got clothes on our back. We may not have the finer things in life or the extra to do what we so pleased to want to do, or or we might be living paycheck to paycheck. Any little hiccup that happens, whether it be us falling ill or car problem or whatever that causes us to lose a day or a week of work, or 6 months, 7 months of work, and that's just it's just a test, man. Okay, it's a test of our endurance, is a test of our patience, and it's a test of our faith. But nonetheless, the current present situation that I'm just talking about, going through financial situations, all right, pretty soon we ain't gonna have to worry about none of that. All right, there ain't gonna be no need for us to worry about servicing our vehicles when all hell breaks loose. That burden gonna be off of us, man. Ain't gonna be no need of You know, waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning to then have to go fight a whole bunch of antidepressant, drug-infested, alcohol-filled individuals that's heading to their job throughout our day. How you doing? Ain't gonna be no need of that no more. Okay, why? Because work is gonna be, ain't gonna be no more work. All right, the concept of having to get up and go to a 9 to 5, that shit gonna go away when all hell breaks loose, man. All right, catching hell with your woman. You know, every waking moment is a different scenario or situation you gotta go through with your woman or your husband, man. Maybe you're a believing sister who has an unbelieving husband, and he just, you know, going through hell with the individual, you know. But nonetheless, the Lord is gonna save us soon, man. So all that's gonna get put out the way as well. All right, and that's something that, you know, I just wanted to talk about, man. Bring out a few precepts to comfort the body concerning the, you know, the current situation that we find ourselves in, man. All right, so the first precept I want to run to, all right, which we should be doing that, man, when we find ourselves, you know, in these mental space, we doing extra calculations. You over here, your mental real estate is being taken up by worry and stuff like that, man. Matter of fact, let's get that first, man. In Psalms 55, okay, first thing we're supposed to do is pray to the Lord, man. Pray to the Lord, and as it tells us in Psalms 55 and 22, cast thy burdens upon the Lord Yahweh. All right, cast thy burden upon the Lord Yahweh, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. All right, so that's all we got to do, man. We got to keep that in mind. All right. When we find ourselves in these certain predicaments where we just like, damn, man, you know, fuck, you know, you may be tired physically, you know, tired of going through sicknesses. Cause there's some brothers, man, it's just, you know, bros be on the herbs, bros be, you know, hydrating right, they exercise, but yet these bodies are weak, man. Bro, you know, bros may find themselves always going through, you know, always having an infirmity. You know, hey, man, cast your burden upon the Lord. Real soon, okay, real soon, that's going to be a thing of the past, man. All right. Bills, not knowing how the next bill going to get paid. All right. It's cool, man. All right. It's cool, man. Real soon, you know, that's going to be a thing of the past. All right. You know, having issues with your spouse or your children, real soon, all that's going to be a thing of the past, man. That's what we have to keep our minds on, man, on things above, on good things, man. You know, we got to keep our mental space, you know, in the right place. As the scriptures tell us in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. We have to set our heart aright, man, throughout whatever, you know, throughout whatever circumstance or situation is presented to us, man. We got to constantly set our heart aright and lean onto the Lord. Trust in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and in the process, man. Because even though we're feeling it, even though we're going through it, this is all going to culminate in Yahweh's return and the deliverance of the elect of the nation of Israel. Lord's will will be of that number, man. So we have to make sure we stay firm. All right, stay firm. And when we find ourselves again in those particular situations, we need to cast our burdens onto the Lord, man. All right, let's go to Micah 7, and let's start at verse 7. It says, "Therefore I will look unto the Lord Yahweh. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me." All right. So we gotta take that into mind. we find ourselves in these situations, man. We gotta look to the Lord, man. All right, because a lot of individuals out here in this society, man, you know, folks is broke. It's not just us feeling the squeeze, man. It's not just us going through having to figure out, you know, if you know, how we gonna you know, catch up on this bill or that bill. Nah, it's everyone, man. But the difference between us and them, a nigga, it's a lot of better. I was thinking of a song. But the difference between us and them is that when the squeeze happens to them, they turn to wicked practices and wicked ways to alleviate themselves of whatever it is they're going through. All right. You know, niggas broke, so now niggas scamming. You know, the squeeze is hard. I mean, the squeeze is heavy upon them. Now they back to selling drugs. You know, they back to kicking doors, robbing people, but not us. All right, we just keep our head down and we be grateful. We show our gratitude to the Lord for the things that he has done for us and that he continues to do for us. And we just wait upon him, casting our burdens upon him. All right. It goes on, it says, verse 8, "Rejoice not against me, O my enemies. When I fall, I shall arise." All right. And that's powerful, because right now, you know, our enemies are rejoicing over our current condition, man. The self-proclaimed white man, all right, and all these other heathens, they're ecstatic and elated, man. All right, that we're in the condition that we're in, man, because their whole mindset is to try to completely get rid of us as a nation anyways. But as the scriptures tell us, you know, y'all niggas don't rejoice over me against us, because we fall when we fall, because we're gonna rise up again. And we're seeing the rise of Yasharallah, man. Kwame Yasharallah, we're seeing it, man. All right, from the apostles, the elders, the bishops on down, you know, the heads of camps, heads of regions, the brothers that are laboring, all right, risking them their freedom to feed the sheep. All right, the sisters that believe and listen, who can consistently contribute and play their role as much as they can in supporting the men that's on the front lines, man. That right there is us rising up, man, calling upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's us arising, man, in their sight. All right, and a lot of the heathen, they're afraid. All right, yeah, they was happy when we fell, but now they're afraid. They see us, they like, oh shit. You know, these people they coming back to who they are. All right, so going back, it says rejoice, and that's what's the reason why I wanted to bring this out too, is because why? When we're put back in our proper position, when we rise up from the ashes, from the dust, from the confusion, all right, there's an intense change that happens to our people, man. All right, and to our condition. Look at Egypt. All right, Egypt was a perfect example. All right, we went into Egypt as nomads, right? Free people, sovereign. Okay, it was put up in the land of Goshen. New rulership came in and put us in captivity. So we fell, and they didn't want to let us go. So what the Lord did, the Lord raised up Moses and got us the fuck up out of there through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem El Shah, through the angel. Hey, you see, the owl had the screech on that, man. You know? And that's a sign too, man, because that's what's gonna happen over here on this side, man. That's why all that pain and that suffering and all that hell that we continue to catch. All right, that's why I mentioned that it's gonna change, man, because the Lord is gonna do something great over here that he did in Egypt. He's gonna burn this shit with fire. And the only things that's gonna be left here is desert dwelling creatures, screech owls, cormorants. All right. And what's gonna be said of us? We're gonna be on the top. All right, that's what's gonna be of us. We're gonna be on the top. All right. Law, statutes, and commandments within our inward parts, never to go off again. No more sin, so no more death. All right, we're gonna live forever. Okay, the earth is gonna return back to the proper rulers, Yahweh Shai, you know, and the elect and the nation of Israel, because the earth was made for our sakes, man. So we're gonna get the earth back. Everything gonna be in order. All right, children gonna be in order. Wives gonna be in order. We gonna be the head and never the tail. Everybody gonna be checking for us, running to us, flowing onto us to learn of our ways instead of running away from us and shunning us out of everything, man. Okay, we're gonna have ample time to rest, to sleep, to enjoy the labor of our hands, man. All right, that's why it's very important for us to endure. Okay, so keep going. It says, rejoice not against me, O mine enemies. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord Yahweh shall be a light unto me. Verse 9, I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahweh, because I have sinned against them. So we have to remember, all right, the condition that we're in, we're only here because we sinned against the Lord. All right, so being subject to payments, that's a punishment. Okay, having no rest here is a punishment. You know, having trouble in your house is a punishment. All right, so guess what? We're gonna bear the punishment, just like when you know, just like if an individual ends up you know, catching a charge for whatever the case may be, and he has to go sit in jail. Well, him sitting in prison is him bearing his punishment, man. Bearing the indignation of that judge. So here it is. We in captivity. We still in hell. So we gotta bear the indignation of the Lord, man, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. All right, so it's gonna get a point. It's gonna be a point in day and time where the Lord is gonna lift us up, man. All right, he's gonna take us out of the current condition that we in, and set us the fuck up, man. All right, and it's gonna be mighty. Okay, you know, but until then, hey, we just gonna have to bear it. Yeah, we cry sometimes. Yeah, it's hard, but what else can we do? What you gonna do? Because your bills piling up, you gonna go back into the world? That shit don't make no sense. All right, because your girl tripping out, you gonna just cast the Lord away? That makes no sense. Remember Romans 8 chapter, man. Who shall separate us from the love of the Lord? Tribulation, anguish, nothing is supposed to separate us, man. All right, we're supposed to endure this. Okay, stand on it, man. We went off, and now it's our turn. You know, we stood on the bullshit, and the Lord stood on his judgment. So now we got to stand on it and get back to where we got to get back to, man, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem El Shai. Okay, you know, I've mentioned you know, sometimes we cry. What the scriptures tell us in Psalms, all right, that what weeping may endure for the night. All right, this is Psalms 30:5. It says, for his anger endureth but for a moment, right? The Lord's anger endureth but for a moment, man. But for a moment. All right, the Lord remembers our frame, that we are nothing but earth and ashes. Okay, so it says, for his anger endureth but for a moment, in his favor is life. Weeping may endure for the night, but joy cometh in the morning. All right. And in my prosperity, I said, I shall never be moved. All right. So weeping is only for the night, man. Joy is going to come, man. And prosperity is coming for us, man. Prosperity, perseverance, salvation, deliverance, that's coming for us, man. We just got to stay locked the fuck in. Okay. All right. Earlier today, I was going through my old notes. And I guess, you know, in my youth, I wrote down a little, you know, a little footnote in my notes for myself. And the note said, be about this truth, fuck a bitch and the world. And that's what we got to be in the mindset of, man. All right, because when we find ourselves, you know, being bothered and, you know, of course, we're in the flesh, is going to fuck with us here and there, but you find yourself being too much into caring about the shits of this world and the shit, anything, man. You know, that means we have to realign where our mind and our focus is, man. Set our treasure on things, on the heavenly things, man. All right, set our treasures above. Okay. Let me get this real quick in Revelation. And matter of fact, I'm gonna go to Romans real quick. Romans 8. All right. Romans 8, and get straight to the point. And verse 18, for I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. All right. So the suffering that we're going through is is nothing compared to the glory that's going to be revealed when Yahushua returns, man. I'm talking about, you know, all you know, we're going to get our full stature back, man. You know, full stature back, all strength back, no more illnesses. Okay, no more evil thought. All right, no more slip-ups. 100% righteous robots for the Lord, because, you know, when you go into the word robot, it just means a servant. So we're gonna be righteous, 100% fully programmed servants for the Lord when he returns, man. Okay, and he's gonna set us up in a good place, man. All right, in a land filled with milk and honey. All right, and the heathen's gonna flow onto us, and our gates gonna be open continually. Our children are gonna be able to play, and run around and play with poisonous animals and lions and bears. All right, and cheetahs. Okay, and we ain't gonna have to, and we're not gonna worry about any of them. All right, because why? All right, they're gonna be good. All right, we're gonna be good. Okay, all this shit that we're going through is just temporary, man. And that pain, the Lord is soon gonna wipe it away from all our faces, brothers. You know, your sisters as well, man. So just endure, man. Not too much longer. All right, Revelation 22. It's like Revelation 21 and 4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rechakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops, the great millstones. Salutations to the elect. Shalom.